Great, so we were able to get this table with stock market data out of the Yahoo Finance data sources. This table corresponds to Google data, so Google as a company. We also tried Apple, and this is quite a long time frame, so let's do this for 10 days only. So execute that again, and if you count these rows, actually you don't have 10 days there, because the 5th of March and 6th of March are missing there. The reason for that is that these days happen to be on a weekend, so you only have data for business days. Now these are daily data. So what do they mean? Well, first of all, stock market means, you know, back in the days when a company needed to make some investments, so they needed some money, they would use money from their capital. But when this investment was considerably high, so they needed to spend a great amount of money, which they didn't have. So what they did, they sold shares of their company. That means you as an individual, you could buy shares, so you buy stock, in other words, from this company, and that makes you an owner of that company, of course with a certain percentage. Now this is what happens every day. So for Google, for instance, you have all this data. So this is $703. Open means this is the open price of one share for Google for this date. So if you had to buy at the opening of the day, the price would be this, to buy a share from Google. Then throughout the day, you get a maximum price. So the maximum price for Google, for the Google company for the day, went up to around $718. And then the lows went down to $699. And then the closing price was $718.8. So the closing price means the last price before the end of the day. And then you have the volume, so how many shares were sold in this day. Now we have a resolution of one day here, so we have daily data. And you can also get a greater granularity there. So there are services who offer you hourly data maybe, but you probably have to buy them. But these here are free. And then you have adjusted close price, which actually is like the close price here, but it has been adjusted under some other conditions. But we'll be using only the open, high, low, and the close attributes. And of course the date for building a candlestick chart. So these are the 4 or 5 attributes, including date, to build a candlestick chart. So up to here. So I hope that makes sense, and in the next lecture I'll show you a candlestick chart and I'll explain all the elements of the chart, and then after that we'll start building that chart. So talk to you later.